Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Well, welcome back to our weekly market analysis session. This analysis is for week 16 of 2025, the 16th week of 2025. We're done with week 15, which ended on Friday, the 11th. So I'm doing analysis for what we anticipate to happen next week, which is week 16. Once again, you're welcome. This is the dollar index monthly time frame. We can see what has happened. Price has gone lower, sweeping the sell side liquidity. The low of this candle has been purged. Let's go to weekly time frame. Weekly time frame, you can see the low here has been purged. Now, as at the last review we did, the last analysis we did, we had this candle here, this particular candle, and this week, I told us that this candle's wick should not give way if we are going to reverse and go higher, that I don't want to see this low violated. If this low is violated, then we'll be heavily bearish. I remember saying that. Now, you can in fact see how the market traded below and even went below the lows. So this is an indication that the market is going to be bearish for US dollar. So the dollar index is going to be bearish. We're going to be looking for sell side opportunities for the dollar index. Now the question would be, where do we expect this to go to? If this thing is going to be bearish, to what extent are we expecting the bearishness? On monthly time frame, we can see this movement to the upside. This is your monthly order block. Extend it out. That's your monthly order block. We can say it's encapsulated into this one. So basically, this one is the parent order block, because this is inside it. The high of this order block is not as high as this. The low of this is not as low as this. So it's embedded inside this order block. So we could say that this is the main order block. The efficiency here has been filled. There's no other inefficiency here. So any movement to the downside, this bearish order block is our target. Now let me put my line here. This is for monthly time frame. This, we can see this proportion block as well in sync with the bearish order, the bullish order block, I beg your pardon. So that's where I'm expecting it to go. So I told us last week, I said, this could be acting like accumulation, manipulation, and then distribution to the downside. If the low of last week was not taken, then we would have resumed our bullish movement. But the moment it was taken, then the idea of accumulation, manipulation, and distribution will be in play. So if we go back to our weekly time frame, and then we use premium and discount level to outline. So this is the low, the lowest low of this swing. From here up to the swing high, we can see this bullish order block, monthly bullish order block here, is in close proximity with the 79% retracement of the Fib, the Fibonacci retracement tool. And then we have an old low internal range liquidity as well. We have FBG and other block here. So that is where I'm expecting this thing to get to. It could meet some form of resistance here as well, because we have this consolidation here. It could meet it here, but if it does, support, not resistance, I beg your pardon. If the market does not respect it, then respect it to get to this 79% retracement. It could even wave through it. Now, I don't want to see the monthly order block, this one, I don't want to see it give way. I don't want to see this order block give way. Let it act as strong resist supports to send price higher. We have this consolidation here. The midpoint of the consolidation from this high to this low is around this area. That's why I said we could see some form of reaction around that area. That's on that note. So that is how far I feel this thing is going to go to. Another thing could be that, of course, this is a monthly candle, okay? So if, and in fact, if we start seeing a retracement, which I don't, it's not likely, but let's assume that we see something, because the market can do whatever it wants to do. So let's assume that we see something like that, that it starts to retrace from here, okay? Then we could say that it's a liquidity sweep to resume bullishly, but I doubt that. I hardly doubt it. I doubt it. For me, I feel that the bullishness of dollar will give way for now. We're going to be bearish for a while. Remember, I told us early this year that I'm going to see March retrace for a movement higher. I didn't expect all these. In fact, I was expecting it to find that support at the monthly FVG, which is this one, and then move higher. Should it go lower, we have another monthly FVG here that it could trade to, which was what it did in week 14. And I told us that I want to see it start spooling higher. But if it takes out the low of week 14, then we're going to be heavily bearish, with the idea that this is accumulation, manipulation, and then distribution to the downside. So since this is where we are at the moment, I don't expect this to retrace and go higher. Weekly time frame, we can see that it's really heavy, disrespected all the bullish order block, and this is where we are. It's taking out the low, the rest low here of this consolidation or accumulation. So I want to see it go lower. Now, we can see that this can now serve as breaker block, these down close candles on daily time frame. This can now serve as bearish breaker block. So we can see retracement to the upside. You can see retracement to the upside inside this FVG to still go lower. Any retracement to the upside is just to retest the, is like support broken, turn resistance, that kind of idea. Trade back to it to go lower. So any retracement we see, it's a false retracement. It's not going to reverse to continuously go higher. No, it's just going to go up to this level and then go lower. That is what I am looking at. Moreover, we have order block here. This expansion to the downside. There's another block here. There's an FVG here. There's a weekly breaker block there. So the confluence is around this area. It could retrace up to this level to go lower. Now, because it has significantly taken out, or rather it has taken out this old low, you could see a pullback. And that pullback should be met with resistance at this daily bullish, daily bearish order block, okay? So I don't want to see it go above the bullish order, the bearish order block, I beg your pardon. It should respect this bearish order block to go lower. So those are the scenarios. I'll take it again one more time. I'm saying that the distribution phase of this pair, or rather this asset, is now in full force. So we want to see it go lower. How far can it go to this level? The other block on monthly time frame here, we have this old low, the internal range liquidity inside here. We have the 50% of this consolidation range around this area. So that's the discount level I'm looking at. you should meet support at this area to send price higher. Now, should it break below this support, then this is where we're going to. I don't see that happening. I don't see it even going below $90 per price movement or per point of pip. I don't see dollar going that low. I don't see that happening. If you go further to the upside, you can see that this structure was broken to the upside, which is what we are seeing here. We've broken this one to the upside. So any retracements would be just back to this breaker block here, or the other block here, and then send price higher. I don't want to see this violated. My target is take out this, which is long term, okay, to test this level here. So if you run your fee from this high to this low, somewhere around there is deep retracement into premium. That's what I'm looking at. So I want to see this trade higher. So that's why I'm electing that this thing could just go to this level and continue its bullish movement. Moreover, look at the way price has been dropping as if they're chasing it. This is not normal. This is not the way market delivers price. The algorithm doesn't deliver price this way normally. I guess it's because of the whole Donald Trump policies and the issues in the US. You know, they are trying to trade that sentiment that his policies are not working. People are complaining. Market is, stock market is going down and all that. So it's just generally showing in the technicals now, but we know that it's just part of market manipulation, okay? The US dollar cannot go that low at the moment. No, I don't think so. Can it happen? Yes, but I don't think so. It's unlikely. So I want to see this as just a deep retracement to continuously go high. Now, if after it broke lower here, which I told us some weeks ago that I want to see trade up to the breaker block before it goes lower or continuously go higher. But you can see that it gave, see this inefficiency here, and it just dropped suddenly. Dropped. So it's actually running to go do some form of correction for it to go higher. That's what I'm looking at. That's basically what I'm looking at. So based on that, I am electing that we're going to get to this point and resume our bullish movement. So we could have this move. This is, we're entering the third week of the month of March. So if that is the case, it means that we could have a movement lower, and then maybe last week of the month of March, you have a retracement sort of, then April will continuously go lower to this point before we start reversing from May or June. That kind of a scenario, what I'm looking at. All right, but this low, I want to see it not violated. I want to see it not violated. So we are going to this way to resume our bullish movement. So the distribution is going to get to this point before we start reversing to go higher. On daily time frame, what are we? So we can see how this was Friday. We had this attempt on Thursday, feeding the monthly FBG completely. And then Friday, respected the 50% of this candles week, then went higher. I told us that we're going to trade to this volume imbalance and see if we can rally higher. If we rally higher, this area is my target, and then want to see bullish movement to the upside. I don't want to see this low violated. It did that. We had Monday bullishness. Tuesday, we had a bearish movement. Wednesday, it went lower, but you can see how it retraced. On 15 minutes time frame, it traded to 15 minutes bullish order block, and then we saw the reaction to the upside. On Thursday, it just kept going bearish. It just kept going lower. No form of buy-side liquidity taking. It just kept going lower. Let's look at this was Wednesday after I traded up. The next thing we saw on Thursday, it just kept going. Can you see? No retracement to the upside, no buy-side liquidity swept. It just kept going lower. And then Friday continuously went lower and finally consolidated. So that's why I feel that this movement that we're going to see is going to go back, because all these buy-side liquidities, and then we have volume imbalance that it was not completely filled. So we have a whole lot of upside potentials, okay? So movement to the downside is just for correctional purposes, which is the distribution we are looking at. All right, so that's about that. Let's go to Euro USD. Let me take off the fib, sorry. Go to fib here. So Euro USD, this buy side has been pushed. We're going to go higher. We have bearish order block here. So I think this one here. So this area here is what I'm looking at. Good. It could go as far as here. Go as far as here on weekly time frame. Weekly time frame, we have. So this is the area I'm looking at. And then if you run your fib to see how deep into premium can we get, we have this this area. Can you see the confluence is aligning? 79% is there. The opening price of the bearish order block monthly time frame is also there. That's why I'm electing to see price get to. This high should not be violated. So if we see a sell into the bullish order block on monthly time frame for dollar index, we want to see a buy into the bearish order block of monthly time frame for Euro USD. Okay, that's what I'm looking at. Daily time frame. So we saw this. This was Monday. This was Friday, and because it did that, I said, okay, we want to go lower. I said we could have Monday, Tuesday bullishness, take out previous week's high, and then we'll start to sell. But what happened? It gapped down, and then it failed to keep going lower. This is bullish order block. It just came, tested it, and then rallied higher. Swept this buy side liquidity, and this is where we are. This is where we are, around this area here. You sweep these equal highs. Let's see, did it do that? Did it do that? Let's see. No, it didn't. It didn't. So we're going to go higher again up to this level. Now, what are the downside objectives? Should it start pulling to the downside? We have FVG here. We have FVG here. We have another order block here, or proportion block. So we could have a retested proportion block, and then we'll go higher to the upside. That's our downside objective. The proportion block here, FVG here, that's our downside objective here, and here on 4 hours time frame. Right? It could just trade higher, make here the bullish order block, or the support to go higher, whichever the case. We know our upside objective. Can we see that all these levels are just too clean? That's why I know that the movement up is just to that level, and then we'll heavily sell to the downside. So we're having a bullish sentiment for Euro USD up to this level. All right, that's a potential of how many pips? If it retraces to this high, let's take from this high, that's over almost 500 and something pips. All right, say 500 pips to be honest. Okay, so that is it. We are bullish on euro, bearish on dollar for the 16th week of 2025. Or if we, I feel it's going to go higher. I feel it's going to go higher. Before, I think on the last week of the month, we might see the retracement to the downside. But for now, it will keep spooling higher. Let's go to GBP USD. GBP USD too were bullish last week for the month of March, April rather. It has traded completely filled. You can see The high of this candle is at 27,161. The low of this candle 27,081. So it has traded even below it. So this is immediate rebalance, and price is electing to go higher. It could take out this high for GBP US. It could take out that high. It could take out this high. So we'll have some form of divergence between Euro USD and GBP USD. It could take out this high because GBP USD is it moves way faster than the Euro USD. So this high could be taken out for GBP USD. I don't have a problem with that if that happens. I don't have a problem with that. But this high should be maintained. This particular one should be held strong. Okay. Let's look at let me look at this high here to this low. Okay, looking at it from here, let's do body to body. This week is too much, so let's do body to body. Good. So we take out that high, touch the 79% a little. Inside this FVG, but this high should be maintained. That's what I'm looking at. So still we're bullish on this pair as well. Daily time frame. We can see that this one, the FVG here was filled. You can see was filled completely. All the buy side liquidity were taken. All these lows here swept it before it went bullish. Daily time frame. We saw how Friday, Monday gapped down, fading completely, and then we had a reversal on Tuesday, started going higher, and this is where we are. We've broken above this, so we want to see it keep going higher. It could take out this high. It could take out this high. It could still, let's look at something. It is daily time frame, right? Yeah, it could take out that high. It could take out that high. That's not a problem. It could take out that, sweep this high, and then by then dollar would have gotten to our objective, and then we'll see reversal from that point. Downside objective 4 hours. What do we have? This old high here, price could trade to it, which is discount as well. Could trade to this level, back into this range here, this FVG here. This could be downside objective. If price starts to go down, we could have some reaction here. Series of down candle before this up move. 4 hours, big bullish order block, hold high as well. Small FVG here, 50% of the inversion FVG as well on weekly and daily time frame. So those are the confluences we have for downside objective before we start to pull higher. That's if it's going down. This is where we're going to look at to take your profit before it starts to go higher. Our long-term objective for this pair is to go ahead until it gets to that target before. Once dollar finish its sell movement, this will also reverse to from buying to sell. The next is AUD USD. Let's go to monthly time frame. Start with there. So the lows are outlined, have been swept. Rejection block push completely. This low as well has been taken. Then we had the reversal to the upside. Now, the opening price of this bearish order block, if you extend it out, that's where I'm looking at as a potential upside objective. You may not get there this month, but by May, we should see price get there. That's a potential upside objective. That's bearish order block. Oh, excuse me, let me try to make it clear. Yes, that's a potential upside objective. Weekly time frame. So you could sweep this high, but it shouldn't go above this. Then we should see a rejection to the downside. So these are upside objective. Before any put, let's look at the, yes, that's what I'm looking at. This high, the low, You could take out this high as well. We have a breakout block on weekly time frame. High, low, higher high, broke to the upside. We will come to retest this breakout block. So that may likely want to take out this high here, still inside the monthly bearish order block. Daily time frame. We had this was Friday, then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday reversal for this pair. We had a Wednesday reversal, and then we rallied higher, feeding this inefficiency, and this is where we are. So it will continuously go higher. We have buy side liquidity resting here. Want to see it go higher to take out this high, or at least straight to that that bearish order block there. Downside objective, let's see any retracement or pullback. We have FVG here, order block here. So any pullback to the downside is what I want to see price straight to before it resumes its bullish movements. If I outline it out, if I take it out and take it to daily time, let's see the confluence. Let's see what's okay. This area here, we have a daily FVG as well, here to here. So that's the downside objective if it's going to go lower. Let's go to NZD USD, Kiwi. Monthly time frame, liquidity has been swept below. And then we had a break to the upside. This bearish order block opening price, that's what I'm looking at as well. It could trade into this FVG. It can still inside the monthly bearish order block. Now that FVG, it's let's see the confluence for weekly and daily. Here, good. That's also breakout block high, low, higher, high, broke to the upside. Breakout block price could trade there before it goes lower. Premium to discounts. Yes, so 9% retracement there. Other block there, breakout block as well. So confluences for price to get there, trade above the FPG, test that before any movement to the downside. What's our downside objective? If it starts to go down, where do we expect price to get to? This has almost taken out this high. Let's see, let's go to 4 hours time frame. It could give this impression that this is resistance and then start to go lower. If it does that, this is where we're looking at. This is where we're looking at before it starts to, this is the lowest point it can get to before it starts to go higher. But mind you, rest assured it's going to go higher than this high. All right, so if you see it start to trade lower, it's a blessing in disguise. It's a blessing, not even in disguise, it's a blessing for us because it's going to give us opportunity to ride the trend higher. But I don't think that the market might give us that. But if it does that, that'll be a potential to ride the trend higher. USD card. Let's see if we can maintain this low. Let's see if this low can be maintained. This FVG can be traded to, but the low, let's see if we can maintain the lowest part of the FVG on monthly time frame. Let's see if it can be maintained and trade into this and then stall here, maintain this low. Let's see if that can be maintained before it resumes, it goes higher. Remember, I told us that on monthly time frame, these are equal highs, just a little sweep, and that's not enough. So any retracement we're experiencing is for it to have momentum to go higher. And moreover, dollar has been bearish. That's why this thing cannot sustain its bullish movement as well. So this area is the confluence I'm looking at for it to go resume its bullish movements. Daily time frame, I was of the opinion that this low should not be violated and that we should see price move higher. We had the Monday, Tuesday, and then we started selling from Wednesday. We started going down from Wednesday. Started going down from Wednesday. Traded up to the old low here inside the other block, and then started going lower. So any movement to the upside, we have an FVG here. Other block is here, FVG is here. That could be our upside objective to send price lower to this target here on weekly time frame here, right? But this low shouldn't be violated. That is what I'm looking at. USD JPY. What do we have? Monthly time frame. These lows are relatively equal. It could wick through it, but it shouldn't close below it. If it closes below it, then this is where we're heading to. This bullish order block here. That's where we're heading to. If it closes below this, I feel it might just wick through it and then reject. But if it closes below it, then this is where we're heading to. And you put a mark there. On weekly time frame, these lows will trade to it. FVG, that block will trade to this level before it starts to go higher. Daily time frame. When it got here on Friday, I was hoping with this FVG and other block, I was hoping that it will hold price here to send it higher. But what happened? We had a break on Friday. Had a break, so market change direction basically on Thursday rather, a break on Thursday. The market change direction on Thursday, and this is where we are. So because we've broken below this, I want to see it go lower. This support has been broken in terms of the FVG. We could retrace back to it as resistance to go lower, sweeping these lows. 4 hours time frame, what do we have? Okay, retrace back to this level and then go lower. USD CHF. Wow. Wow. I don't think it's going to get to this level. No. Let's look at something. I think if it gets to this level, it would have swept this rejection block here. So I guess here, this is where we're heading to. But this low shouldn't be violated. That low shouldn't be violated. Low shouldn't be violated. It can get to 79% retracement, but the low here shouldn't trade below the low. Let's take it off. Weekly time frame. All the lows here have been swept. I didn't expect that. I actually wanted it to maintain the low of week 14 to go higher. As dollar went bearish, it also traded bearishly. This was Friday, it was Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday we decided to go higher, but Thursday, where the reversal occurred, we just broke lower, and this is where we are now. So movement to the upside, we have this other block here, price can trade to it, 4 hours time frame. Yeah, trading to this level before another sell to the downside. Our indices, the low has been swept. Told us that low was my target. This low, we finally swept this low, can see it swept before it reversed. This low has been swept. And then it traded to this high. Let's see. Did it do that? I guess it did. I think it did, yes. Yes, it traded to that high. It traded to it, and then we had a reversal. So we had that Monday, traded to our objective on Monday, then reversed immediately on Monday. We had a New week opening gap, we opened, closed there, then gapped down, and then we had a reversal, traded higher to this level. 4 hours time frame. See the gap here I was talking about. Then filled it on Monday, went higher, came back Tuesday, and then Wednesday we started rolling higher into Thursday here for that block. Then this is where, so if it's want to go low, I can take out this low and then rally higher. For this, I want to see a bullish movement for this. I want to see a bullish, but if it breaks below this low, if it closes below this low, then we're going to resume our bearish movement. I think that this is a breaker block here. I think we're going to start resuming our bullish movement for this pair. We're going to go higher. We have volume imbalance here. Price will trade to that. If it doesn't act as resistance, then we'll go higher to blow this high out. Okay, but our objective is to trade to this volume imbalance. How it does trades around the volume imbalance will determine if it's going to go higher or go lower. Okay. Because that's traded to this old high here, perhaps it's ready to go higher. Want to change this 4 hours time frame. This low here, if it violates this low, that's body closing below this low, then we'll resume our bearish movement. But if this low is respected, then we'll go higher. Buy side is here and here. So if this low is respected, we'll go higher. And that's pretty much the same for all the indices. We took out that low, back block inside this old high. This is where we are. So I think bullish movement is what we want to see this week. If it breaks below 4 hours, let's see, breaks below this low, body closing below it, then we'll resume our bearish movement. On US 30, what do we have? Same thing, if it breaks below this low, we'll resume our bearish movement. Let's go to gold. We'll trade to this symmetrical price swing here, which is around 3,377, approximately 3,380. We get to that price level. You know, that's where I'm looking at gold get to. We could get there. This is a low-hanging fruit for this week. 3,272 is a low-hanging fruit. So let's put our lines. Here. The next one here. So these are the levels I'm looking at for gold. First one here, and then second one, symmetrical price swing here. Right? All right, so we'll take this one off, put it above it. So that's the next level, because we expect dollar to be bearish. So this is going to help go up to this level before we start to see movement to the downside. So that's what we're looking at. Bitcoin, daily, yeah, this is daily time frame, yes. BTC, traded to this FVG. When was that? That was on Monday. Traded to the FVG, the downside objective, which I told us is going to get to, and we saw a reversal to the upside. Could this be a new movement to the upside? I would. Let's look at weekly time frame. Let me see. Monthly time frame. Monthly time frame. still feel that this thing might go lower. I still feel this thing might go lower. Well, let's see. It closes above this high for week 16. If it closes above this high, then we must resume our bullish movement. But if it weeks through and rejects, then we'll go lower. For now, it's showing sign of going higher. So week 16, we want to say bullish movement for Bitcoin. So let's see how we trade. So overall, we expect movement to the downside for the dollar, upside objective for Euro USD, GBP USD, NZ USD, and AUD USD. Downside objective for USD CAD, USD CHF, USD JPY. We want to see indices, SP 500, NASDAQ, and resume bullish movements. Gold continuously go higher to 3,380 ounces of gold. I want to see that price level. It might not take this week, but that's the upside objective we are looking at for gold. And BTC, if it breaks above these double tops here and closes above it, then we'll resume our bullish movement. Otherwise, it will just wick through and then consolidate there to go lower. Okay. This is a high, low, higher high, broke to the upside, downside, so it could go up to test the breakout block before it resumes its bearish movement. So for this week, or week 16, we expect BTC to go up, this back to the breakout block. All right. So that's our analysis for week 16. Thank you very much. I'll see you all next weekend. Good night.